Okay, boys and girls, by a raise of hands, how many of you like Lightning McQueen or Cars? Okay, then this lesson is going to be for you. By a raise of hands, how many of you like dogs? Okay, then you better pay attention because those are all going to be added into our lesson. So let's get started. Turn to page 236 and look under Mathematical Connections 5-1 and look under question number 3, where it asks us to explain why b minus a and a minus b are additive inverses of each other. So in order to learn the answer to this question, we need to first look at the definition of what an additive inverse is. So let's read it together as a class. Here we go. A number that is the same distance from 0 on the number line, but in the opposite direction. Okay, so now let's look at our first example. Here we go. So stand up. We're going to start at 0, okay? And so we want to go to positive 3 first, okay? So if we're going to move positive on our number line, which way do we have to go? To the left. Okay, ready? Let's all hop there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So now our additive inverse tells us that we need to find the number starting at 0, so move back to 0, and then we want to move in the opposite direction to find our additive inverse. So if we're going the opposite way, which way are we going? To the right. So let's move to the right 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Good. So we move 3 spaces again. So if my handy dandy little flipper would go back to our definition, let's see if that matches our definition here. So our additive inverse is a number that is the same distance from 0 on the number line, but in the opposite direction. So if my flipper will go back, so if we look, we have from 0 to 3, we go 3 spaces, and from 0 to -3, we go 3 spaces. So is that the same distance, but just in the opposite direction? You got it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next example. So here we have my friend Lightning McQueen, and he just got done getting his tires cleaned, okay? But now that his tires are clean, he wants to go get gas. So he drives 8 blocks to go get gas, okay? So if Lightning McQueen wants to go in the opposite direction, which is our additive inverse, to get back to see his friend Mater, how many spaces is he gonna have to go in the opposite direction to get back to Mater? 8, good. So our additive inverse here is -8 because he has to go backwards 8 blocks to get to his friend Mater and go past where he got his tires cleaned. Okay, we're gonna move on and look at one more final example. Okay, what do we see up here? Dogs, let's count them together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, we know the additive inverse is going to be the number that we want to take plus 10, which is going to give us a big fat 0. So if we have 10 dogs here, what number do we want to put here so we have 0 dogs left? -10. Good, so we're going to have 10 plus a -10 to give us 0. And that is how you find the additive inverse. Very good job, boys and girls.